Will President Ramaphosa have to leave the office, yes or no? Hello guys, I want you guys to watch this video more closely to get to see what Julius Malema said about President Ramaphosa, whether it's going to work for him or not. I'll see you after then for more analytics.
RDP is a glorified mukoko. It's not a house. Mukoko is a temporary solution. As we are working hard, we are not asking for handouts. We are hard workers. No one must ever say black people are lazy. This pit retif was built by those people under the tent with their own hands, and they were not paid anything. If these people were lazy, they will not be pit retif. So all of South Africa's economy was built from these hands. Till to date, all these farms, all this forestry, it is produced from the hands of black people. White people know nothing except to drive in a tractor and speaking a lot of nonsense when we are working the land. We are the ones who are working the land. So we're not lazy. Sinikeze imisebenzi. Busa umhlaba wethu. Sizokhombisa what we are capable of as Africans.
Well, a lot is being said in this video, guys, about the whole system of the ANC and its leadership, which is being composed by the President Cyril Ramaphosa and everyone in it. But there's a lot of things also is being said about how things are going on in this country. So here, don't forget and keep it in mind that the president of EFF was actually talking to people of Mkondo municipality because of the upcoming election, which they'll be having this Thursday next week, I believe so. And he raised the different matters. But when we get to listen point by point, you get to judge for yourself what is good and what is bad. And you get to understand what was exactly his message in all this. And you get to understand what you need to take home with. Yes. So, with me here, I have wrote down a couple of important points which I would like also to comment and give my best analytics, as I like to do time to time whenever we are engaging with you through our videos. So it is very important that we get to at least to understand this message in more details. Guys, you know, for an example, when Malema is saying that there is no ANC of Mandela anymore in this country, do you know what does that mean? Well, this means that Malema is trying to remind ANC voters that the ANC that you guys are keeping voting is no more the same. I mean, it's no longer the same ANC that you know of Nelson Mandela. Because the ANC of Nelson Mandela used to be that ANC whereby it had to bring a lot of hope in people. And proof to that, when you get to look the queue of voters when the first election happened in this country, going up until to our day, you get to see that the queues are no longer the same. Do you guys still remember that snake queue? When Nelson Mandela was elected as the President of the Republic, that you can tell that everyone was so ready to go ahead and vote. Is that the case today? Come to think of it, just between us. Is that the case today? If it's not the case, what happened? So somehow, I believe what Julius Malema said about it makes sense. People are no longer voting like the way they used to vote before. And he had to remind them that the ANC that you are familiar with is no more the same ANC that you are voting right now. Instead, the ANC you are voting with right now, you are voting the ANC of President Cyril Ramaphosa. according to Julius Malema. He strongly believes that now you are voting individuals instead of voting the ANC of people who had bring hope. Instead, you have forgot about that. You are busy voting people who don't have nothing to do about you. And the reason why he was raising all this, saying that the ANC that you are voting now is the one of the Ramaphosa, because there is a lot of allegations which has been raised so far about Ramaphosa. And then it happened that these people who keep on voting for the ANC, they seem to lost it. They seem to forgot about what they're supposed to be doing in order for them to gain the really trust that you had placed in them. So it is very interesting to get to listen the president of EFF talking about that, and I believe it's something that it really makes sense to me when I get to look to the problem. But he went far again to say that we are fighting not the ANC, but we are fighting of the thief of dollars. I strongly believe that he's saying all these things because of the palapala, isn't it? Because if we're talking about dollars, we see palapala. If we talk about Kantla, then we see the home that Zuma had built before. So when he sounds like that, that's what he means by all that, which means is referring to all those allegations that are being said so far about Ramaphosa. So he believes that they are fighting dollars. And when they're talking about dollars, it's not only Ramaphosa himself, but instead that goes the whole ANC leadership that are also concerned about the same matters. So, I mean, that is politician trying to talk, you know. So, now, he talk saying that whether you like it or not, Ramaphosa is going. Whether you like it or not. And this is the third time since the independent panel, they have come forward and give the reports about what they were doing, because remember they were assigned by the parliament, so they did their job and give everything. Guys, please, I will apologize for the noise that you are hearing in the background. So there is this neighbor of mine who's, it is a company actually. It is a company. Sometimes the alarms will go off like that, and it need the security company to come all the way so that they will switch it off. Therefore, I apologize for those small noise that you were hearing in the background. I hope it won't gonna affect you anything, because I can't also stop also what I'm doing because there's some noise in the background. So I hope we are all familiar with this kind of sound. It happens sometimes. So apology about that. As I was continuing to say that it happened that the president of EFF is more convinced, saying that Ramaphosa is gone, because he keep on saying this is the third time. He keep on insisting, saying that Ramaphosa should go because he don't deserve to be where he is because of all the allegations that they have raised against him. And these things, they are really having a very big impact, small by small. Though we get to find another group of people, whether it is within the politicians, whether it is within anyone, they kind of like come forward and try to bring, to oppose against this Ramaphosa must go thing, because they feel like Ramaphosa is much more better than other ANC members who can come and replace him. Well, if that is the case, what can we say? If they feel that in the ANC there is no anyone competent who have the ability to replace him, well, it is okay. Us will just be here to discuss whatever will be trending on the media. But he believes so because he knows that the parliament is coming next week, I think, on Wednesday, and they will have to decide whether they will place a impeachment of or motion of no confidence against the president or not, because they'll have to decide as soon as possible about that matter. So he's so believing that the president should not even be there, because all you will get to receive it will be embarrassment from people who will be there at the parliament. So we shall see about it. We'll wait and get to see what will happen. But he had to remind people again on how he's fighting in the parliament for the money grant to be increased. And yeah, he had to tell people that there is money. There is money. The government have all the money to give people, but unfortunately they don't want to do so. They have done it before. During the COVID-19, a lot of billions of money came through to help people during that lockdown. So if that did happen, which means the government have enough money to help each and everyone out there. So he's still insisting he wants the parliament to vote that, so that they'll be able to go ahead and increase the salary, or I mean the grant, because according to him he believed that 350, it is a very small money for people, for children, because that money, it can't even feed a Ramaphosa dogs or anyone who's in charge. So he believed that they should increase this money because the children deserve to have enough money. But he had also to cancel the young children who are giving birth in the young age. So he had to condemn that. Well, that was his point of view on that. But he also tell the youth to distance themselves from alcohol, especially this time of holidays, where a lot of things do happen. So he don't want us to experience another strategy. Instead, he simply ask the youth to drown themselves far from alcohol, because it's not something that we need as a nation right now, because it can destroy people's life. So that is something that will also take advantage of it to tell you guys that you please look after yourself this festive. Try to run out of trouble, because we still need you here, especially if you are someone who always watch us time to time. We just want you to know that we really do appreciate you. So please look after yourself, so that we can all be able to enter the new year. But as he goes further, we get to see him again talking about to people of Mkonzo, I mean, that they have the power in their hand. They're the one who can decide to stop this all nonsense or not. They are the one who can decide to stop about these things of load shedding, water shortage, unemployment. They have that ability, they have that power in their possession, but they don't know how to apply it. So therefore is inviting them, as they will be going for votes or election, in upcoming election in the municipality. He wanted them to go ahead and vote for the EFF, and they should try to remove every member of the ANC. They should not give them a chance. Well, that is normal. I understand him. He spoke there as a politician. He spoke there. He can't go and support the ANC guys, whether we like it or not. Obviously, he's gonna campaign. He's gonna campaign for his political party. So it is normal. Don't take that personal, because I know some of people here, whether they support the EFF or whether they support the ANC, they get to take this kind of things more personal, you know, where they get like, why is this thing like that? What happened? No, 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 no. Here we don't take side. Instead, we're just giving our analytics. So when we get to listen to what Malema said here, I find it very normal because he's only trying to campaign for his political party, and I don't see anything wrong about it. And every voter who's there, they will be able to listen to that and and go and vote for him. Simple as it. So he finishes his message by saying that the ANC is no longer a political party. This kind of allegation, once again, guys, I'll tell you that I understand him as a politician, because even if you get to see people of the ANC, they do the same things. Right now, as we're talking, the President of the Republic, Cyril Ramaphosa, is somewhere in Lesina doing the campaigning, what you've been doing recently, month to month. And in this campaign, like today campaign, all I get to see from the ANC members and his message, you get to tell that this is just a political party which is also trying to do anything by all means to protect themselves and their own interest. They get to press each other. They get to tell how the ANC have done so much for people of this country, how the ANC have done 1, 2, 3 things. So they believe, they get to say what they believe in and what they believe that they have done good. Sometimes it will happen that other people out there, perhaps you, the person who's watching, you don't believe them. You don't believe in what they are saying. But that does not forbid them to continue saying what it pleases them or giving their point of view. So therefore, I really don't have to blame the president of EFF about that. Yes, because he had just to speak about the ANC, because whether we like it or not, the ANC is the only arrival of the EFF. ANC, DA, those are their arrival of the EFF. So if he can get to say or to give his address to his followers without mentioning or tackling the ANC, then something is not going to sit that good. Something will feel like he's missing up. So he need to remind people, because he knows also who are these people. These people are the same people who always go and vote for the ANC time to time. So therefore he had to go and remind them the wrongdoing of the ANC. He's not going to go there and say that this is the right doing of the ANC. No. And it does not also mean that whenever he said something good or bad, something bad about the ANC, that means that the ANC they does bad things all the time. No. There are good things that the ANC they've been doing since the time of Nelson Mandela, going to Thabo Mbeki, followed by Jacob Zuma, up to date. There are things which are good. But the problem here is we're talking about majority and minority. Which one is dominating? So as an opposition leader, a radical of a radical political party, he can't feel pity for the ANC. Each and every opportunity he gets to find to shoot at the ANC, he will do so. He will do so without even doubting. So listening to him saying that the ANC is no longer a political party, well, that is something that we leave into the ANC to respond about it. But us on our side, I believe that we have done our part to pass you the message. You have listened to the message. We're happy with it. And that is it. The rest, that the noise that comes behind the car. So on other side, on this day, obviously, we had the former president Jacob Zuma, who had also to launch his book, the new book that Zuma wrote. I believe it is a very interesting book, where I invite everyone to go and read it, because there is a lot of things that Jacob Zuma had spoken about it. There's a lot of points that Jacob Zuma have raised about it. So through things that happened before he left the office, things that happened after he left the office, things that happened after he was arrested, and things that happened after he had finished his arrest, 1 year of sentence which the court have assigned him. So this book, beside that, I strongly believe that it also have a lot of points inside it, such as the one of Palapala and how the country is being led. Because remember, Jacob Zuma, since he was released from jail, is no more the same Jacob Zuma that we used to know before. He now have the same language or the tongue as the one of other opposition leaders who are within the ANC. So he get to speak his mind out without doubting anything about it. So it is a very interesting book. I have read a couple of pages on it already, but I'll definitely come back here to try to do more analytics about that book. But in the meantime, I invite you also to get your copy of your book so that you can get to understand what was his message. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video until now. I had to come and bring you all this update and talk about this in details message that the president of EFF, Julius Malema, had given to his followers. So thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video until now. May God bless you all. Please, before you leave, do me a favor. You know, guys, we really do appreciate it when you come, because we're not asking for anything in exchange. Instead, we simply ask you to like this video, guys. You know, give me your thumbs up. I will really do appreciate. If you have any comment, just comment down below. Tell us also what you think about what we're discussing here, and you know, we'll really do appreciate that. And then you can get to be in the same page with us if you can subscribe to the channel, but that is not a must. You, as long you find something beneficial in what we are saying, if it makes sense to you, then you'll definitely do so for us. Thank you so much for your time. For now, continue to be yourself, be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon. Ciao ciao.